Good afternoon, it's Gene Inger, and this is a quick pre-close comment here on Friday the 22nd. For details, of course, join us at ingerletter.com later. We'll do the final, and we'll look at the weekly basis charts in this forecast market decline that has us short the S&P for a couple of days now from the 1550 level. I'm very pleased with that, having suspected that previous declines in recent weeks would not stick. Meanwhile, we're looking here at a quick comment on Apple, and I want to reiterate, as we were discussing in our ingerletter.com and daily briefing last night, I don't think that the scenario here is going to be comparing MacBook Pro and Sony CR or FZ as much as it is whether the Apple iPhone, instead of competing with cell phones, which I don't think they can compete with, and as I mentioned, I overheard a vice president of a rather large, supposedly best network of cellular saying they could not compete. But meanwhile, the surprising product this year of iPhone may compete with ultralight and even PCs in the case where most folks, other than those that actually have to work off their laptops, just want email, a phone, a camera, and a mini computer. Everyone is comparing the cellular and data plan issues and so on, but I don't think that's the key. I think the key is whether the iPhone cannibalizes the sales not just of, say, the MacBook, but of the need to carry the smaller computers around as opposed to relying on your desktop or even laptop. Even a student might find that he leaves his or her computer in the dorm or the frat house or what have you and simply carries an iPhone because it may be adequate for storing notes and for surfing the net and doing text messaging and so on, and for Googling information as need be. So I actually suspect that the competition is not where it's aimed, and I even suspect that it is the IT departments of many firms who are spreading false information about the ability to link or not link with Microsoft Exchange servers, for example, in terms of reaching their internal sources. I think this is an interesting discussion in a sense because everybody is so preoccupied with the idea of the limitations. I think it is disruptive in terms of combining existing technologies and maybe deleterious to the conceptual future of notebook sales as we have thought of them heretofore, not just cellular sales, which obviously will perk up in other companies' futures as they introduce perceived devices, but this will be the standard bearer against which others are, I think, combined. But again, the point here is that small screens become less essential if you can carry just a smallish device, this or competitive products down the road. So I think the competition is other than where they are pointing. Meanwhile, just a quick glance at the S&P here. We continue short on our all-day long scenario. We've had these parameters which have not come out, so we have a 1523 stop at the moment, which if it comes out, we'll go flat, take our gain for intraday from essentially the 1528-29 level, and we will stay flat over the weekend for intraday traders and holding short from 1550 for everybody else. Apple down 57 cents at 123. We wrote this up and recommended it back and sold too soon, back when it was $14 a share. Unbelievable. And we are not chasing it here. We don't know if they're going to cannibalize themselves or not, but we're not focusing on the iPhone. We're focusing on the iStock, which has obviously been the thing to covet since we wrote it up at 14, more so than the phone. Intel down 42 cents. I will get into in depth in this weekend's commentary, and we'll touch a little bit on Pure, down a couple cents, and a nice consolidation in an antimicrobial stock with drug possibilities down the road. They've already filed their first treatment IND application with the FDA, and we'll look at that as well, and some weekly basis charts, including that of the Dow, which at the moment is down approximately 130 points, and it's barely starting, not ending, corrective price behavior. Enjoy the afternoon and the weekend, and join us for the final at ingerletter.com later. Cheers.